99X, The Morning X. It's Barnes and Ed today. Fram is out. She's traveling down to Austin. Ed Roland, so kind to sit in.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You've got a big, huge thing coming up with this tour with Hootie and Edwin McCain. How did that all come together?
My manager actually called and said, Hootie's going back out. Would you want to do that? And I said, well, I'll just call Darius and just see what they think, And so I just called and said, we'd like to do it if you'd have us. And they called back that night and it's like, you're all around.
I think selfishly that's because Darius knows that you're a good golfer and that you guys are going to probably golf.
And I just got fitted last week just to come on take his money.
See, I knew there was some ulterior motive to it.
All those boys are good at golf, but I got my handicap exactly where I want it so I can take their money.
That's going to be a fun tour.
It is. We've known them as over 30 years, so we enjoy each other's company. I mean, I go to Charleston and stay with Mark. He'll fly and stay at my house, sleep on the couch. Like, he'll go, dude, I got nowhere. I don't want to drive all the way back to Nashville tonight. Can I stay at your house? I'm like, well, I'm not there, but just let Michaeline know. And he goes down and sleeps on the couch.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just pops in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were talking about AI a minute ago, and I thought, you didn't like the songs that AI came up with. Let's see if someone was going to have you on their show, and they asked AI to give them interview questions.
All right.
Let's see what they will ask that the world wants to know about Ed Roland. Interview question. I'm typing it into AI right now. So let's see. We'll have this totally steered by AI. Now you have to answer.
I will.
Whatever comes up.
Okay.
Here we go.
How many questions?
Let's see. I don't know. It's processing right now. I just said interview questions. If you're preparing an interview with Ed Roland, the frontman of Collective Soul, here are some thoughtful questions that could lead to insightful conversation. We need some.
Bring it.
We need some insightful. Here we go. Number 1. Can you share how growing up in a musical family influenced your path to becoming a musician?
That's all I knew to do.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Mom played piano. Dad was the music minister, so music was all about it. That was our house.
Were you in the church band?
Church choir.
The church choir.
All of them.
But you didn't play piano or...
No. But I did start playing when I learned guitar. I would sing in the church. It was a good place. Jesse and I talk about it because he was kind of raised in the church too. Was raised in the church. It was non-judgmental. We could learn our craft without, getting stuff thrown at you. You always got to clap, and it built confidence.
All right, that's a good question, AI. Here's number 2. And this is another good question. What is your songwriting process like, and how do you capture the essence of Collective Soul in your lyrics? If I were to modify that, I would say, how do you stay on brand? Like where you don't present to the rest of the band, they're like, ugh.
I don't know.
That's just you? You think that's just what comes, that's just your style?
Yeah, I think so. I try to branch out a little bit, like I'm not a storyteller like, Bruce Springsteen tells stories. I write more about what affects me directly or indirectly, if that makes sense. Very rarely have I written stories, just make up stories.
They're actual things.
Correct.
But you're so good at crafting hooks, and that's the hard part, is deciding what that hook's going to be.
It comes out pretty easy.
Does it?
Yeah. That's all I do. That's all I know what to do.
Okay, AI has a very good follow-up question. How has your sound evolved over the years, and what along the way inspired those shifts?
Well, I think a couple of things. I think when the loops started coming in, we played around with that for a little bit, but we've kind of gotten back to where we started. Like I said, we record as a band. Johnny sets his drums up, we horseshoe around, and it takes about an hour to learn the song, the arrangement, and then no more than 3 to 5 takes, sometimes 1. And it just...
What's a one-take song in your catalog that you can think of?
There's 2 on this one. Well, with the band, I'd have to see the list. There's 1 we did in 1 take. God,
on the new record?
On the new record, yeah.
So you just hit stop on the recorder or whatever that is, and everyone looks at each other and goes, yeah?
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. Not even worried about, like, accuracy on anything.
No, we worry about it. I mean, that's why you rehearse for an hour. Like, usually it's 45 minutes to an hour. We rehearse the songs so everybody knows their arrangements, and then just go for it.
We're talking to Ed Roland. He's here filling in for Leslie, and AI is interviewing him. Literally, I put in, what would you do if you were going to interview Ed Roland? And these are actually not bad questions.
What does AI stand for?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And the next one, another good one. Looking back on your career, what are some of the most memorable moments that you have experienced with the guys in the band? What's that snapshot moment that you think of, everyone collectively, no pun intended, that you shared?
I think anytime we get to play with artists that are our heroes, you know, and still find joy in that, you know, just I go from, you know, we play with Metallica, Sammy Van Halen, Aerosmith. We just played with Simple Minds in New Zealand. That was a blast. They were great people and just hanging out. I think it's when we hang out with other bands and they know who we are.
They know who you are. That's so funny. Okay, AI is not ready for this one because it says, can you, with 2 new albums completed, can you give us a sneak peek? Well, you already got that. Check.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the music industry and how has it changed, drastically since you started?
It's changed drastically, and I don't know the state of it because we're independent. So for us, I don't even know what a young artist gets when they get signed or what they have to go through, the hoops. And
well, for people that don't know the music industry, what is the difference in that? All those years you're on a major label, you make the decision to go independent, which not all bands are afforded the luxury to be able to do because you have such a big fan base. How does that change the whole thing?
We looked at it as a business. Like, if we had to make quick decisions, it's like turning around in a Learjet, whereas if you're with the major label back in the day, if we needed something changed or something, it's like a 747 turning around to come back. Decisions can be, made quicker and resolved.
Was that scary or exciting to get out of that machine?
Oh, it's exciting. Very exciting.
So now, do you have does your health insurance say Collective Soul on it? Like when you, it's like a company, right?
I think it says Fuzzy Flex.
Fuzzy Flex?
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of what? Your company?
The record company, yeah.
Oh, your record company.
Yeah, and then...
So it is like a business. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you get a paycheck?
Yes.
So you get a...
But it's divided up by I don't get a weekly check or a monthly check.
Just whenever?
It's a yearly. No.
Oh, a yearly?
Yeah, at the end of the year, we tally everything up.
Oh, and then you go to the Collective Soul ATM and you just...
That we do.
And then take it out and go.
That's it.
Is your face on the money? Do you remember getting your first big, fat check for a song you wrote?
Oh, yeah.
What did you buy?
I didn't, because we were in the lawsuit, and I was, at that moment, living with Mom and Dad. This was 95.
That was the ugly lawsuit that no one really knows anything about but you.
Yeah, but we were kind of strapped there for a second, but I got the big check, which we were going to live off as a band. So I was sharing the money, so I remember going to the bank in Stockbridge, and they wouldn't cash it. And they said they had to wait, I forgot, 10 days or something.
Oh, I hate when they do that.
Because it came through BMI, and they said it's not a major corporation. And I swear, I think World I Know is playing on the radio in the bank. And I said, well, that's me. And so I went home and told Mom, I was like, they wouldn't cash my check. And I said, I need it for the boys. Mom got in the car, went up there, and came home with cash, lots of it.
That has to be surreal.
Yeah, it was funny.
What a victorious moment, though, to get past that lawsuit and all the craziness, people holding you down, and then you just have that artistic freedom.
No, it was great. It really was.
And there was no first major purchase? Nothing that, gets you a little lotto crazy? Where you're like, okay, I'm going to...
I guess we bought a house.
Okay. Well, that's a big purchase.
That's a big purchase.
I mean, it's not like the sexy you hear where they go get a Lambo.
I didn't buy me a car because we're gone all the time. I think I bought Stephanie a car. I think I bought her a nice car. And that was it. We were just gone all the time playing music. We were excited.
It's got to be just unbelievable that so many people listening would love to have a life where your art could drive your whole bus. I am buying a new car this year. I told you about that. Yeah, but isn't the wife... Can we talk about this out loud?
Yeah.
The wife's saying no and you're saying yes.
No, she said okay.
Oh, you got it approved.
I got to an okay.
An okay. I'm not okay with it, but okay. And what are you getting?
Lotus.
Look at you.
I know. I've never done that. Now you bring it up. I've never gone out and been,
When's it going to come in?
I think January.
Good for you.
I'm excited. It's manual. My wife can't drive it.
All right. We're hanging out with Ed Roland. You want to do a song when we come back?
What song?
I don't know. Something new, old, whatever. I don't care.
Sure. We'll see how it goes.
People would love to hear it. We're hanging out with Ed Roland. We'll get some another new song also out from the Collective Soul record, and then we'll get you to play something. You're listening to the original It Is 99X.